himself.
Damn. What's good, everybody? Let's talk some Tampa sports. Disappointed for sure. Am I mad? No. Disappointed is the word for it. You can probably still hear the raspiness in my voice from last night. A lot of screaming, a lot of yelling, cheering, upset, ups and downs. Despite the loss, entertaining game. And sitting behind the end zone where the ball hits the upright, goes in, as the clock hits 0. You want to feel something? If you want to feel something, go through that. But I mean, it's technically week 19. We know who this team is, and pretty much that is exactly how this played out. Pretty much going to be breaking this down into the 3 things that this Buccaneers team has been all season long and what they were in this game, and it's the same thing. 1, it's an inconsistent football team. From week to week, hell, half to half, you don't know what you're going to get from this football team, good or bad. 2, defensive struggles. Struggling to get off the field and struggling to make plays. Those 2 things for the defense all season long have been issues. Getting off the field on 3rd down or 4th down and getting turnovers. This team is lacking playmakers. Antoine Winfield Jr., probably their biggest playmaker, injured for most of the year. Todd Bowles said in his press conference that he played injured all season long. He missed, 8 games, so there's that. But just the defense as a whole. It needs more playmakers. It needs more interceptions. It needs more fumbles. It needs more sacks. People to step up and make a play when the defense needs it in a crucial moment in the game. And then 3, an extremely young football team that finds a way to shoot themselves in the foot. Those 3 things were prominent all night long. And you just can't win games against good teams consistently with those 3 things being as prominent as they've been all season long. You just can't. For the Commanders for a moment, I respect the hell out of how Dan Quinn coached that game. Going into the playoff game, you're on the road, rookie quarterback who's never been there before, and he just plays the ultimate I'm playing to win this game mindset. That's the style, that's the mantra he had all game long. It's kind of what he's known for, and he carried it right into the playoffs no matter what. We're going to play to win this game. Extremely aggressive and live with the consequences. It worked. Sometimes it didn't. The Bucs got 2 4th down stops, but at the end of the day, he was consistent with it all night long, stuck with it, didn't stray away from it. And I can respect that as a fan, that he never wavered. All night long, I can respect that as a fan. I don't know how I'm going to get through these videos. As I was saying, he did not waver from it all night long. As a fan, I can respect that. I try to not be the sore losing type. It is what it is. The Bucs and the Commanders played on the same football field, played about the same rules. The Commanders came out on top, so tip of the cap. We move on. We have to find a way to get better as a group and go into 2025. It's just the way it works. So going back to the 3 things I mentioned to start this game, let's start off with that first one, and that is inconsistencies. Offense and defense just did not play as one all night long. The offense would make a play, then the defense can't get off the field, or the defense finally gets off the field and then offense can't put together a drive. Either one, we never got a full sense of momentum at any point in the game. The most momentum came when the Bucs scored a touchdown. They go up 17-13. The Commanders drive all the way down the field, and the Bucs get a 4th down stop right near the goal line. There's your chance. You have the ball, 17-13. If you score a touchdown, it's a 2-score lead. And 4 plays later, you fumble. Never did the Bucs get the grasp they needed on this game. And you can pretty much get that sense by the play-by-play. Bucs start the game. They get a field goal. They go down the field. Solid drive. Couple hits to Mike Evans. Good stuff. Then the defense gets a 4th down stop. Perfect. You get the ball back. Go and score. Nope. You don't do anything with it. You punt the ball. And then the Commanders then go on a 17-play touchdown drive. there goes any of that momentum going from you get the ball, you score, then you get a stop, and then you punt. 17-play drive. Now you're down. No sense of momentum there. The Bucs get the ball back after a 17-play drive. Go 3 and out, only get 1 yard. Once again, not playing together. Defense not helping the offense. Offense not helping the defense. And here's the moment I was just talking about. The Commanders got the ball to start the second half. They get a field goal. Bucs get the ball. They go score a touchdown. 17-13. Let's go. The Commanders, once again, Buccaneers in the lead. They drive down the field. At the goal line, they get shut down. What does the offense do with it? They fumble. 4 plays later, the Commanders score a touchdown. On to the second thing that, in my opinion, was prominent all season and then prominent in this game, a struggling defense that cannot get off the field and make plays when you need it. Lack of playmaking is clear, has been all season. They don't get turnovers to steal possessions, which you need in playoff games. You saw how big that turnover was that the Commanders got. They stole that possession from the Buccaneers, took advantage of it, scored a touchdown, and really, that was the biggest hit. That Bucs defense had 2 stops all night long, both 4th down stops. The Commanders did not punt once all night long, and if you're going to say, well, they didn't punt because they kept going for it on 4th down, well, they're going for it on 4th down because they're on the Bucs side of the field. The Bucs allowed them to get onto their side of the field. If it was the Commanders were on their own 30-yard line and it was 3rd and 3, they get stopped. 4th and 3. I promise you they're not going for that. They're going for it on 4th down because they're on the Bucs side of the field, or the 50-yard line at least. That's why they're going for it. The Bucs defense allowed to get down there. So I don't think that argument is as strong as some people are making it. The big numbers here, time of possession down here, 35 minutes to 25 minutes. That's no good. And total plays, 69 plays to 44 plays. Defense not being able to get off the field. If they do get off the field, once again, the offense not putting together drives to help it out. It's just same thing. The Buccaneers had 7. That's it. 7 offensive drives yesterday, and it's not like the offense was unable to move the ball or not playing well, this, that, or the other. I mean, they just didn't have a ton of opportunities. Baker Mayfield only threw the ball 18 times, went 15 for 18, 185 yards and 2 touchdowns, no picks. It's really 2 miscues. 2 miscues that caused this offense to leave points on the board. But the offense was moving the ball. 6.5 yards per play, if you want to check that. 6.5 yards per play. They could move the ball in this defense. But, you fumble, or your rookie center snaps the ball when no one else is expecting it in field goal range. It's just not what you need. Not what you need in a playoff game. And those 2 things lead exactly into the third point I'm making. And the third thing that was prominent all season long, and then once again was prominent in this game, is a team shooting themselves in the foot. A young football team shooting themselves in the foot. It does, I guess, make me somewhat hopeful. I don't even want to hear myself say it, that a young team, won the division. Once again, when I say young team, this is the 2nd youngest football team in the NFL. You have your Mike Evans on offense, the veteran. You have your Levante David and Vita Vea on defense, but 2nd youngest team in the NFL. And they got a lot of guys with not a lot of experience, and miscues were made. When you look at those 2 biggest miscues last night, it was rookie wide receiver Jalen McMillan and Baker Mayfield fumbling in exchange. Baker took the blame for that. I'm not sure. I need to really go look at it and pay attention to it to see really who is to blame. And then Graham Barton, once again, in field goal range, snaps the ball when no one else is expecting to it, had the wrong count, took credit for that post-game, and, that's 2 rookies involved in 2 miscues right there. So kind of think about that, and it's just the realization this team has a lot of first-year guys, second-year guys, third-year guys, a lot of guys on rookie contracts on this Tampa Bay Buccaneers team. So, it's experience for them. There are no moral victories, but it is playoff experience that they can take moving forward, and I do have a lot of hopes, high hopes for this team moving into next year. I'd say that turnover, the fumble, is probably the biggest miscue because of where you were at on the field. You just got a massive 4th down stop towards the end zone, and you just give it right back to them, and they're able to score a touchdown. That is a big, big swing of momentum right there. Yes, the Barton miscue was rough. It was a big deal. I mean, you think about it. If that doesn't happen, the Bucs are able to get a first down. They're able to take more time off the clock. It leaves the opportunity open to score a touchdown instead of kicking a field goal and tying the game. But instead, that is what happens. Ends up being 4th and 3. They kick the field goal, 20-20, 4 minutes left in the game, maybe closer to 5. And you give the ball to a team that has been extremely clutch all year long, and they take advantage of it. They use the rest of the game clock, kick the ball through the uprights, barely, with 0 seconds left. You gave them that chance to do that. And once again, going back to number 2, the defense could not get off the field. Season is over, but there still is plenty more to talk about, whether it be front office changes. I mean, Spytek and Greenberg are both getting looks from other teams. Coaching changes. Liam Cohen has an interview with the Jacksonville Jaguars. If anything happens with Todd Bowles, I personally don't think anything's going to happen, but it's always a possibility. And offseason needs. There are some big needs on defense, edge rusher, linebacker, corner. All of those things we're going to talk about. Free agency, draft. Bucs have some money to work with this year in free agency, which we have not been able to say for a long time. Last season, the Bucs did have some money, did have some cap space, but they had to re-sign their own guys. They had to bring back Mike Evans. They had to bring back Baker Mayfield, Antoine Winfield Jr. This year, really the only big name on that free agency list for the Buccaneers is Chris Godwin. So outside of Godwin, there is some money to be spent, maybe on a veteran corner, which the Bucs need very bad, and a veteran edge rusher, which the Bucs need very bad. So I'm excited for what this offseason can bring to this Bucs team. Once again, I said the second youngest team in the NFL. You add in a couple pieces. I like the trajectory going forward. Last 2 seasons, we had to be young because we had no money. So, undrafted free agent, come play safety, come play corner. Hopefully, we won't have to worry about that too much next year. Before I end this video, thank you guys so much for your support through my first season of making Bucs content. The channel has grown so much through this season, and tons of new subscribers that I've had the pleasure to interact with, maybe meet people at games, met a couple people, even in New Orleans. When I went to the Superdome, there were some people I took pictures with, and it's been all a blessing in just my first season, and I'm excited to see where this thing will go going forward. The content will not end. All of the off-season stuff, like I just told you, now that the Bucs season is over, things will move into Bucs off-season and Lightning current season. So plenty more to come. Plenty more to come. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave your comments down below. Whatever you want to talk about. Season's over. Coaching changes. Fire Todd Bowles. Whatever you have to say. Let me hear it. I'm open to hearing all of it. So thank you so much for watching. Please like, subscribe. Go Bucs as always. We rep no matter what. Disappointed, but we move on and continue forward. Y'all have a blessed one.